So I want us to look at that support and resistance very, very well, as I say. All right, let me just quickly open the chart so that we can look at that. Support and resistance is a very good what way of trading also. All right, it's just to use it for some confluences. It's very, very important as a trader to know what I mean by support and resistance. All right, now looking at support, let me just use it in a layman's understanding. What we mean by support is just like the floor. All right, the floor of the house. Let me just quickly remove this real quick. All right, what we mean by support is the floor. Let me just use it as the ground. All right, while the resistance is just like the roof or the ceiling or the just depending. All right, just an up level or a certain level. All right, let me just use this up one here as my resistance point here, while this down one is my support level. All right, let me just make use of this as this point as a support. All right, I'm going to make use of this one also here as a resistance. All right, I'm going to be making use of this as a resistance level. All right, I'm going to be making use of it as a resistance level here. So when we have something like support and resistance, you'll be noticing that the market will be giving us a what movement in a support level back to a resistance point, support level again back to a resistance point. Now this thing is simply means when the market is ranging. Hope you are understanding. When the market is ranging is what we mean by this. All right, it's just different name. Support, a resistance, a consolidation, a ranging market. They are just same thing. Market giving us this movement. Now you will find out that this movement doesn't have a direction. All right, when you understand, you will know that when a movement does not have a direction, then it's what we call a support and a resistance level. Now, some traders do taking a trade on a support and a resistance level. Now, if you want to be trading this kind of market or you want to be looking at on taking a trade on this kind of market, your entry points will be around the words, either the support level or the next resistance point. All right, is when it's going to be your entry point. You're waiting out for the market to tap in on that support level. Then you'll be looking out for a buy from the what support level, taking in or your entry, going in for a long around that points like this. Make sure your entry is around these points, and then your stop loss is going to be a little bit below. Your stop loss is going to be a little bit below. Let me just paraphrase this. Then your TP will be above this point or around the next what resistance point. That is how to trade a what when a resistance is. That is how to trade a what support and resistance markets. All right, that is how to trade it. Then your entry point will be here. Your stop loss will be around this level. Then your next take profit will be around the what major resistance zone, because the market can easily what gets to that what resistance area. All right, then when you are looking out for shorts, you'll be expecting the market to get to the next what resistance point. Then you can be looking out for sell back to the what support level, same applicable to that. All right, you'll be looking out for the next short around this point here. Then your TP will be around the next support level that we have. Then your stop loss is going to be a little bit above. Let me just quickly explain this thing very, very well. Let me just your stop loss will be a little bit above. Then your TP is going to be a little bit to the downside. Let me just quickly bring it out. Your TP will be a little bit to this point, to the downside, which is the next what support level. Then your stop loss will be a little bit above. Then your entry point will be around the what resistance point for a short in the market. So take note that this resistance level can be broken out. All right, you can see the market decided to what gives us a push to this level and then decided to broke this level. Now, if you find this market broke this level, your next entry point will be to wait for the retest. All right, make use of this support resistance level back as a support zone for the next push to the upside. All right, hope you understand. Making use of this support level as the next push to the upside after broken the resistance point. The same thing applicable to the what? The same thing applicable to the resistance level. If I find the market breaks the what? I mean the support level, then react back at that support level and then drop to the downside. Hope you understand. These two ways can easily happen. Remember, if you're on an uptrend, that is why you are forced to understand the trend of the market. If you're on an upward movement, which is the trend is upward direction, then you can be looking out for the next break above the resistance level. When you're on an upward direction, you'll be looking out for the break above the resistance level. The same thing applicable to the downward direction. You'll be looking out for the breaks below what the support level for the downtrend movement. But if you find a case whereby you're having this consolidation happening, then the break can happen in any point, any levels, either the up or the down. It can happen around that point. So that is just it about this support and resistance level. So let's just quickly look at the chart and find any meaningful something of what we have just teach or what I just map out here. Now let me just use another chart as an example. Let me just make use of gold. All right, XAUSD. Let me just make use of gold as an example here. All right, so we're going to be looking at on gold here. This is from the 2 hours time frame here. All right, let me quickly remove this one because I've already do some little analysis on that. So let's use this one as an example. All right, let me use this as an example here. All right, let me just quickly slide to the 1 hour time frame so that we can see it properly because we want to be looking out for where that market consolidates, where the market's range. We want to be looking out for that ranging medium in which that market gives us a ranging formation there. So we just have to keep looking at it. Now, if you check clearly from here, you will notice that we have a little ranging. The market gives us a little ranging around this point. All right, if I map out this level from this key level here, from here to the next key level, you will notice that this market is tapping around that zone. All right, we also have this key level here, but this market did not taps in properly around that point. All right, in which we are having this market gives us a push from here to this certain level, push up again, push back to the next support zone, push up again to the next resistance level in which is this. All right, push back a little bit, push up, then push back. You can see the market is just giving word around that point. Then you can see the market broke above the what resistance point and decided to retest. That is why I showed you there that the market can broke above and retest. Then you take in a next buy to the what to the upside. All right, your next buy will be what to the upper level here. Let me just quickly make this thing to look nice. And your next buy will be around that point. All right, you can see the market breaks above the resistance and retest back using the resistance as a support zone to rally this market all the way to the upside. So let me just quickly look at on another example from there. All right, sometimes the market might not break from the up level and decided to break to the downside. Let me just know if I can find where the market consolidates a little bit. Let me just find. Remember, you just have to check out for some others currency to find most of this because sometimes you might not see it in a particular currency. All this ranging move don't always happen frequently, but it always what take place in the markets. All right, it always take place in the markets. Now, if you check from here, you will notice we have that what ranging medium by which the market did not have a specific direction from this point. All right, the market did not have a clear direction here. That is why the market is still reacting around these levels here because the market did not have a clear direction. Now, if you check clearly here, you will notice that the market giving us a what push from here to the upside, push back, push to the upside, push back to the support level. Now, that is why I told you that if you are taking trade from the support level, you'll be targeting the next what resistance point. All right, now imagine you are just taking a buy from here, which is like a long position from here. Your distance will be around here, then your stop loss will be a little bit below. Then your next target will be around the words resistance points. All right, that's when you are targeting. And if you are targeting a sell from the resistance point, then you are targeting your TP will be around the word support level. In a case like this, whereby we are shorting this trade maybe around this point, allowing it to go back or taking a short from here, putting your distance, then your next zone for a what TP will be around the what close words to this point, all right, which is around the support level. All right, now you can see the way this market broke around that support level and decided to what push a little bit to the downside. take some profit there and make money from the market. You can see it retest a little bit again. But after we had that break from this point, breaks here, retest and then short a little bit to the downside. Before the words trend keep going all the way to the opposite direction. So that's just it about this. But take note that your trend matters. All right, if you can understand the trend of the market, in which we are going to do next, all right, I'll teach you the trend on how to identify the trend of the market so you can be looking out for opportunities. That's why I told you that if you have a consolidation happens in an upward direction, if in an upward trend, all right, the consolidation is likely going to break from from the resistance level to the upside. So if we have the downtrend and we have the consolidation, it's likely going to break from the support level to the downside. Alright, so that is just it about this consolidation, this thing that we have. Now, if you check clearly from here, we have this market gives us a little consolidation around this point. Alright, we have this market range around this level here. Let me just quickly map it out for you. We have the market range around this level, and we also have this ranging around this point. Alright, remember this is an upward direction. This market is currently trending up on gold. It's currently trending up. Now you can see after we have that what market's range in this medium gives us a tap around the support level back to the resistance, back to the support like that currently happening. Then the market breaks to the upside. Alright, decided to what react a little bit to the downside and then keep pushing all the way to the upside. Now, if you can allow the market to react, then your next entry point for a long will be after that reaction from this point. Then your stop loss is going to be a little bit below that zone. Then you can be targeting anyhow, maybe 1 is to 4, 1 is to 3 for your TP. All right, that is just how it is, simple and short. All right, so you have to be learning. Remember, this is just market structure. We have some ways to go. All right, I'm still going to make a video also about other words market structure. This is currently the support and resistance. All right, we still have market structure and others more. All right, so just understand this one, finish. Then I'm going to do a video on others ones that we have. All right, so that is it here.